Hi, I'm Josh. Welcome to episode 2 of, Mod SkyriMod. Let's get out into the world. Ooh, nice weapons. Shiny. Hello, Hedvar. To start off this, episode, we are going to be setting up some mods, beginning with Wintersun, Faiths of Skyrim, Religions of Skyrim. Quote this pop-up. Most denizens of Skyrim, of Tamriel, are religious. You may choose to follow a deity, a god, receive a minor blessing, and learn about their sacred tenets. If you wish to follow a different god later, find and activate their shrine in the world. Now, it doesn't say god, it says deity, because there's also the Daedric princes and other forces like Sithis. But I am high elf, so the only proper choice is the god Auriel. There are several other options. Some of these you might recognize, others you probably won't. Auriel is also known as Akatosh, the chief god of the 9 divines worshipped by Hadvar's empire. But the older form of that god, which is only still worshipped by the elves, is Auriel. Follow the elven deity Auriel. Abandoning the mortal world is a mistake. The king of the gods challenges his elven children to attain perfection and regain their lost divinity. Follower trait. So if I worship Auriel every day, I get a bonus. My bonus will be to learn all skills faster. Which, as someone who's leveling up, quite nice. And here are his tenets. The things he wants me to do, my god, the old king god, the god of the perfection the elves lost when they incarnated upon the Mundus, upon the world, and patron of those who strive for excellence in all things. He's awesome. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to follow him, and what he wants for me is to worship every day, to fulfill my destiny by saving Tamriel, which basically means complete the main quest, or make progress along the main quest, master all skills. Every time I get a skill up to a high level, I think it might be 100, but I don't know, maybe every time you level up your skills. Become my champion at my sacred chantry. That is out of reach for now, but that's a late game quest. High elves are most deserving of my favor. So he wants me to get stronger and better at things, and he wants me to do the main quest. When I do those things, as well as pray every day, I will learn all skills faster and other bonuses as I get better. As my god loves me more. So that's one. Ooh. Oh, there's the dragon. There it goes. Pray once a day to strengthen your bond with this deity, which I will do. I have a new power. It's called Pray. Guess what it does? When out of combat, kneel and pray to strengthen your bond with your deity.
Looks like he's gone for good this time. But I don't think we should stick around to see if he comes back.
Praise Auriel, praise the god of the light and the fire.
Closest town from here is Riverwood.
There we go.
My uncle's the blacksmith. I'm sure he'll help you out.
Oh, look at
It's
that.
probably best if we split up. Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
I'm sticking with you. But I did just level up, so we're going to do something else. I'm going to show you another mod. Ordinator, Perks of Skyrim. As well as some more stuff about the Imperious race mod, because as you can see, my stats are a little low. Normally your health never goes under 100, and you don't start off with 120 magic. What's up with that? Well, because I'm a high elf, my health is a bit low, and my magic is a bit high to start off with. But I don't like walking around with low health, so I'm going to boost my health by leveling up. Yep. Oh, I get a second level up. Tempting. I could put it in magic, I could put it in health. I'm going to put 2 points into health because being sturdy is important when you're at expert or master difficulty. Cool. I now have 2 perk points. what are perk points, for those of you who haven't ever played Skyrim before? I don't think there are many of you, but may as well show you. These are skill trees. You can put perk points into the different skill trees, and as you climb up the different trees, you get different bonuses. Now, these are not, if you have played Skyrim before, these are not the skill trees you're used to, thanks to Ordinator, Perks of Skyrim. Now, that's a really cool mod. It extends and expands your perk tree to be, well, bigger. Significantly bigger. Now the question becomes, what do I want to specialize in? I know for a fact I do not want to specialize in armor. The magic schools have their benefits, but I also don't want to specialize in magic just yet. Nor crafting, which is smithing, enchanting, and alchemy, somewhere around here. They're all good, but I do not want to specialize in them yet. The smart thing to do would be to put 2 points into the combat skill that I'm going to use. Now, it's either going to be light armor, heavy armor, block for defense, archery, one-handed or two-handed, and also block for offense. I'm thinking of putting a point into archery and putting a point into sneaking, because being a sniper is always good in Skyrim, and you can always evolve out of that as you get stronger. Face your enemies head on when you're a bit tougher. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Archery mastery. Bows and crossbows do 25% more damage. Yes, please. Oh, for those of you who have played Skyrim before, this Ordinator mod also overhauls stealth. So it won't be quite as easy sneaking around shooting people, but it will still be, you know, doable. Sneaking is 50% more effective. Sneak success depends on visibility, movement, and light level. So if you're slow and you don't have any heavy armor on because there's movement, armor weight, and it's dark, you're going to be very good at sneaking. If you are sneaking around in broad daylight, you will be seen. So yeah, I'm going to stay far away. I'm going to stay in the shadows. With a bit of luck, I will win. Cool. So that's my first 2 perk points spent. What else? No, this is Ordinator for now. I still have 2 other mods that I need to set up. Let's start off with Obis, Organized Bandits in Skyrim, which will make the encounters with enemies, just roaming around in the wilderness, a lot more interesting. So, system is currently disabled. Enable. No. Enable. Enabled with default settings. Okay. Specials. Minotaurs, yes, please. Spiders, yes, please. Changing the setting requires a save, quit, and reload to take effect. Oh boy. Sure, why not? But we are also going to do set up another mod. And for that, I'm going to need to go into the mod menu, which is mod configuration. Hold on. Yeah. Let's see. Where did I want to go? There's also this one. Yada yada yada. I'll have a look at this later. That's a new mod I've just installed, so I'm quite interested. So let's have a look at not Frostfall. Actually, let's have a look at Frostfall. Yeah. Frostfall: hypothermia, camping, and survival. It also has integrated the Campfire mod. Frostfall and Campfire are part of the same package. Overview. Frostfall will be enabled. Yes, please. Enabled and running. Yay. Enable Frostfall. Okay, so I need to give it a second to process. Lost in thought, you reflect back on how much the wilds have taught you about yourself for the last several days. You recall a book you once lost that was full of wisdom about survival in the open country. On a whim, you open your backpack and find the Survivor's Guide to Skyrim staring back up at you. Had it always been there? Or had a thought alone summoned it? You push aside the thought, you thumb through its pages, and then carefully place it back, knowing that some things are never truly lost. Yay, a bit of magic. And we have the... not yet. There we go. Survivor's Guide to Skyrim. Volkrit de Dawnstar, A Survivor's Guide to Skyrim, by Verk Gearford, explorer, pioneer, and minor adventurer. Okay. So I'm gonna keep this simple. If you walk around with armor that doesn't cover your body, or steel armor, you know, heavy metal, in the cold, you will get frostbite, you will start losing maximum health, and you will die. You'll black out, and you will wake up at the nearest inn. If you jump into the water, you will very quickly lose all your body temperature, slow down, and die. There are ways to prevent this. By dressing yourself in the right equipment, by keeping a torch with you, by having a thick winter cloak, like Game of Thrones style. Woodcutter's axe. That's good advice. I can also grab a woodcutter's axe. That way I can gather logs. And I also want to maybe carry food logs with me if I have a lot of inventory space left. Because this mod also lets you build campfires, which we will get to in due time. So yeah, let's check the heating arrangement on my current clothing. It's not currently set up yet. It may take a moment to initialize. System, Frostfall. Yeah, you only really need to do this once, but every once in a while, Frostfall malfunctions. That's a sad truth. But that's probably down to me and using a bunch of different mods at the same time. So, these items all have coverage factors. The higher the coverage factor and the higher the warmth factor, the better. The lower, the worse. Of course, your body's going to have a high warmth factor because a lot of it's covered. A lot of it is covered and in heavy, heavy armor, heavy furs. But your feet, this is not a good warmth factor for your feet or your hands. The head seems fine, though. So I'm going to guess that the fur armor the storm cloaks have been wearing is significantly better for warmth, but I can't tell right now because it's still loading. I'm very tempted to,
Listen, you should go to Solitude and join up with the Imperial Legion. We could really use someone like you. If the rebels have themselves a dragon, General Tullius is the only one who can stop them.
Ah, it reloaded my armor. Yes, here we are. Warmth factors. There we go. So the fur armor has 21 warmth and 14 coverage, and the Imperial light braces have 12 warmth and 14 coverage. So essentially, if I want to stay warm, I should keep some fur boots and gauntlets handy. Even if they're not so good armor. I'm guessing my novice robes. Oh, actually, they provide significantly less warmth than my Imperial light armor. The shield doesn't provide any warmth, but it does provide coverage. So you can proverbially raise your shield above your head and shield yourself from the rain and wind, I guess. Yay! So I am now an archer and a sneak, so I'm keeping the light armor. Obis also warned me to reload the game. Ooh, this area is cold and your exposure will begin to increase. The indicator at the top of your screen, if enabled. Yada yada yada. Okay. So it's getting colder. Thankfully, it's not so cold yet that the indicator is turning blue. Oh, now something interesting happened. Altmer contingency. Now, as a race, every race in Skyrim, with the Imperius mod, has a specific quest. Now, for me, my quest is to pick the wings off of 40 different butterflies. Yeah. That's, let's call it curiosity. Let's read this quest. Sublime in form and spirit, the blood of the ancient and mighty Old Mary flows through my veins. To me, by birthright, belong the mists of Nirn. Through their study shall I attain a higher wisdom. So yeah, he's gonna do something horrifyingly cruel for science, which is basically, yeah, that's the High Elves in a nutshell.
See that ruin up there?
Yeah?
Bleak Falls Barrow. When I was a boy, that place always used to give me nightmares. Draugr creeping down the mountain to climb through my window at night. That kind of thing. I admit, I still don't much like the look of it.
Now, if you check the bottom right of the screen, you can see a moon and star. That means I'm getting tired. Which means I'll go to sleep soon. For extra interesting bandits to spawn, I will need to reset the game.
Ooh, these are the Guardian Stones. 3 of the 13 ancient standing stones that dot Skyrim's landscape.
Okay.
Go ahead, see for yourself.
Now, I've installed an upgrade to these as well. I don't remember the name of the mod, but it's still just like many of the mods I mentioned, like Ordinator and a few others. It's done by EnaiSaion, who is one of the best mod makers, the best singular mod maker in Skyrim, in my opinion. Anyway, Warrior Stone. Fierce Spirit. Those under the sign of the warrior inflict more damage with power attacks and long-range shots. They gain additional experience in all warrior skills. Now, that second part you might know. You might be familiar with, because that's the effect the regular Warrior Stone has. But it got a buff. It got a bonus. So I'm going to accept this sign.
Warrior. Good. I knew you shouldn't have been on that cult the minute I laid eyes on you.
And then quickly look at the others. The Mage Stone gives you Master of the Arcane. Those under the sign of the Mage cast more effective spells and scrolls, so I'm guessing that duration and damage that it gets increased by some small margin. And the additional experience in Mage skills, so all spell skills. I don't want to do that. However, the Thief Stone is very tempting to me. Those under the sign of the Thief sneak more effectively. Now, I have put a point into sneak already, so I want to do this. And they also inflict more sneak attack damage. Beyond that, they gain additional experience in all thief skills, so I'm going to accept this sign instead. And watch it light up, beam into the sky. As Jesse Cox said, summon an alien spacecraft. Let's go. Whew, this summary has been a bit of a tour de force. I'm glad I got it out of my mouth as well as I did. There's a mine up there.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned,
We're not going to go there yet.
you've already earned your pardon.
Thank you.
But until we get that confirmed by General Tullius, just stay clear of other Imperial soldiers and avoid any complications, alright?
Alright, fine. I'm picking some flowers because those are alchemy ingredients. Now, unless I'm mistaken, there's wolves here. Wolves. Lots of big strong wolves. Or is that the next bump over? Don't recall.
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
Yay! Eventually, by the end of this episode, I'm probably going to go over here again and go hunt for some salmon. For food, because as I said last episode, my character does need to eat and drink. Also, I want some salmon roe for alchemy ingredients, and there weren't any wolves. Huh, interesting. I'll be back. And I'm gonna have to end this episode here. The first batch of episodes I filmed, I was so engrossed with doing everything, I totally lost track of time. So I learned to do basic video editing to fix it. Yay. Next video will be in the playlist.